Welcome back to the channel. Josh Helm here, Texas Best Construction. Today we're doing a shell only tour of our Allen Barndominium project. We've made it over here once or twice, showed you guys a little bit of the progress on this build. And some of you might recognize this build because it's similar to, very similar because it's the same plan as our Hilltop Barndominium. Our bestbarndoplans.com, we've got the Hilltop plan there, and a lot of people really liked this design, so we put it on there. But this time it's a shell only, so we're going to be sharing and talking with you about some of the things that we modified on the overall layout and show you what a shell only looks like. A lot of people are interested in this, especially those who want to DIY or continue some of the work themselves. But getting it started right off, let me show you the exterior of this build. This is a burnished slate. It's a 612 pitch. We've got a 90 by 30 overall roof cover on the main structure. Then we've got a wraparound porch that goes around on 3 sides. A whole lot to offer here with this design. Also, we've got a 1,800 square foot shop area that gives us 2 large overhead doors, 12 foot tall, and this gives you a lot of open shop space. Very beautiful layout. We did make a couple changes which we'll be going through on this tour. So we'll be talking about what the plans are for our client here and what they plan to do with this structure. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get it going. Okay, well, this is the interior. And this is that same beautiful iron door that you guys saw us use on that Hilltop. A lot of things are similar, but we're going to show you what is great about this space. Ultimately, this is a 1 bedroom, 1 full bath. It's got everything on the downstairs level. Also, we have an additional area upstairs, which will be taking you guys up there. But as you come into this space, this is going to be your island. You'll have your cabinets, kitchen cabinets, farm sink over here, refrigerator, upper cabinets. That's what's on the plan. And they decided to leave in this corner pantry. The actual Hilltop one that, if you guys watched the tour video, you saw those cabinets were changed to go all the way into this corner, and they decided to do like a coffee cabinet. But your cooktop goes right here, a nice island, and then this is more of a break of walk space that goes into this living room area. So in this living room area, there's a couple things that you might want to notice we did different on the framing here of this build. We have these 16-inch open web trusses that we use right here. On that build, we actually did a 16-inch glue lam beam that was spaced like every 4 foot, and we had tongue and groove flooring system on the top of that, which created our floor system above. Now, why did we do that? Well, just to make the ceilings go a little bit higher. So the customer decided he didn't want to do all that. He was mainly going for the practical space here. A lot of things are similar, but you got details like that that are a little bit different. And that's why you can build a similar plan. You can have something that's pretty different when it's all said and done. You guys know on our shell only builds, we always use a 2x6 studded wall. This is our standard. We've got the zip system that envelops and wraps all the way around the living quarters. So also we have this detail here where you see the zip system being used on the inside of these windows. This is what we do on our full turnkey build. So the thought process is with whatever we're doing on our turnkeys to make it ready for a turnkey, that's what we do on our shell onlys. This is the master bedroom, nice large size structure. The overall setup for this living quarters is around 30 by 30. So you got about a 900 square foot living space. This flows here. Of course, we have the access that goes back to that porch, gives you complete walk around porch. And then we've got a nice walk through closet. Here you're seeing the integration with our steel tied in with our wood framing right here. So you can see this is a 2x6 stud. We actually have a little bit of space here because we're using this steel, mainly so this can get insulated and we can cover this and you don't have as much concern about conduction and heat coming through these spaces. We continue this 2x6 studded wall all around the exterior. Now this closet's a really nice way to set it up. You could just do your typical shelving here on the sides, or like our hilltop plan, they actually built some custom out cabinets all the way down to this space, and then the laundry set up right here. So this is where your washer and dryer is set up right here off the end of the closet. So as we come here, this is the master bathroom. It's a full walk-in shower with toilet and a nice space for an oversized vanity that you can do here. As we come through here, you guys might remember we did a brick accent on this wall for our hilltop. And then we come out, you've got a nice bit of storage under the stairs. And this is where our zip system is actually caps off right here on this outer area. One of the things that we did on the hilltop plan is we actually had all of this was air conditioned with our mini splits. And we showed you guys how we were able to work with some smaller spaces. But on this particular build, there's a couple things that they did a little bit different. One is this mechanical space, which was added into this plan. This area right here has a specific purpose, which I'll show you guys, but you gotta hang on. I'm gonna show you that here in a minute. But let's show you upstairs. I wanna show you how this space is a little bit improved. As we come up here, we got this landing that looks out over this shop space. I'll get back to the shop here in just a sec. But this is that efficiency of kind of an apartment type efficiency. This is different space. You've got a separate access to come up here through that shop space. We've got a lot of storage here, which is being utilized. And this is where that extra 1 foot of height really makes a lot of difference in an area like this, especially on the other side where you might be doing your HVAC work. We did some things on the previous plan where we actually ran some fur downs that we built up and across to get air systems over here. Because they wanted to primarily use that space for storage, they didn't want to have an HVAC system there, but we did put air conditioning over there. Now for a shell only, again, this is a clear picture of exactly what's included in a shell only. We've got our 2x6 studded walls. We got our windows installed. You've got your sleeper studs attached the way that we normally attach these. We use these tech screws to attach all of that. Then you can see the integration of the wood framing tied in with the steel framing. So this is exactly the way we do it for our turnkeys. And we've got the subfloor up here in this space, continued into that storage area. Over here, this particular plan is meant to have like a little efficiency kitchen space right here. And back here is where we used this space for air conditioning with slim duct systems. We had a couple of slim ducts that we piped in all of our air conditioning into a lot of these areas. This was another area where the bathroom ceiling height was very low. It was about 1 foot right here. So this space really made it difficult to have as much headroom in this area. So raising the eave height another foot really improved this scenario. You might say, well, why did you guys get it right on the first time? Well, the reason why on the hilltop plan was this was never supposed to be a finished area. It was just going to be attic space and storage. But once the client realized the space, that's when you start making changes, and we finished out the whole area, which was really nice. We just needed just a little bit more space upstairs. And just a good rule of thumb, when you're doing a 2-story, I recommend a minimum of 16 foot, but it's more ideal that you can get up to a 20-foot eave height, like if you were wanting to use or be able to have usable space all the way up against the wall. So right off of the entryway for that efficiency space, we have our storage area. Now this is actually where we put the water heater for the hilltop, and we were able to use this space, like I said previously, this long run of areas where we did our slim ducts all across there. And it's easy, it's nice to maintenance because you have the stairs that come up. You can get right up here and change the filters if you'd like. So that's really nice. So now let's go check out the shop. What would you do with a shop this size? It's 1,800 square foot of high vault, high open space. You can set up a basketball goal, maybe a rock climbing area at the end of the gable wall, or maybe just a large gathering area for your family. I know that a space like this has so many different uses. And here you can see that 15-foot eave wall is now giving us quite a bit more height. A couple of things that the clients did, they did do the same overhead doors where we have this linear window that's included there. Now they did a frosted window there for a little bit of privacy, but here they added some more upper windows here on this wall here in the back, just keeping with some of that natural light. I know the client here on this space is looking to maybe have like a woodworking shop. We've got actually some tools that are already here in this space. But one thing that is a little more special about this particular build, it's going to be completely off-grid. That's right, no power is going to be ran to this structure at all. So how do we accomplish that? Well, I'm not going to fully be able to show you that in depth on this particular video, but our client is inviting us back to come back at a later time once all this is set up. So if you're interested in seeing that aspect of this build, then come on later and check it out on our YouTube channel at Texas Best Barndominium. So this is the last thing that got changed here on this particular structure. We actually extended some of the porch space, and this here is a mechanical closet, ultimately making room for a very large battery operating system for the solar panels and all the things that are going to go. It's all going to be in this area. So he'll have all this insulated space. This was not part of the initial plan, but it's something that we definitely added in. It's going to be unique when it comes to the overall controls of this space. So we hope you guys will come back and see how that turns out. Okay, well, let us know what you guys think about a shell-only project like this. We got all the exterior panels installed, stonework, windows, all of these things which make up the exterior when it comes to being dried in on your project. They've got a lot more plans coming forward when it comes to the work that's going to be done out here. Actually, their site work is being done as well. Just poured a lot of concrete out here and all this additional space off of these overhead doors, which really makes a difference when you're trying to bring access to a structure like this. It's a little bit of a unique setting because this particular project was built behind an existing dwelling place, which is not uncommon for barndominiums to be a secondary structure. But they've got a lot of cool ideas about how they're going to use this space. We're looking forward to getting back here showing you guys that. Having this wraparound porch is just a really nice setup. 10-foot offset all the way around this whole 30 by 30 area. But overall, hope you guys have enjoyed this tour. If you're interested in building a shell-only barndominium project with us, just to give you an idea, it can be around $100 a square foot for shell only costs. But if you're more interested in something detailed, including porches and all of the other things, check it out at barndoquote.com, where you can get an instant quote, no hassle, and do it at your own pace. Also, it's customizable. You can continue to edit it. And I would encourage you to check out our bestbarndoplans.com website, where we have over 75 plans that you might be interested in building, and you can get a direct quote from the site. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do that now. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. Texas Best.